I pulled some oracle cards to tell me a little bit more about that person on your mind right now. And the first card I got feels like an excuse. Values. We have too many differences. This person's thinking you guys might be too different for each other. But I think this excuse is covering up this. They feel like they failed to give you what you needed. And now they're starting to realize that they have made a huge mistake here, and they really need to take the time to right their wrongs and come correct. Because although they search high and low, they can't find anyone else like you. You are irreplaceable to them. The way you love them has never been matched. And they're hoping there's still an opportunity here to mend this connection. They're really wanting to kind of get together, work on things, and fix things seriously. Because honestly, I don't think Spirit will allow them to move on. And they're really hoping to open in a new chapter with you and with this connection. And they're just sort of hoping and praying that you're going to be willing to give them a shot because they are hoping that this can last. So then I pulled a Celtic cross spread because I wanted to get more of a feel of what was going on in this situation and what the ultimate outcome would be. And wow, in the overall energy, we got a true pair. Queen and King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups, he is a great guy, emotionally mature, really sensitive, has a high emotional IQ. The Queen of Cups, she's an intuitive. She is your diviner. She's looking into that cup. She's reading the tea leaves. I really feel like this is a spiritually connected relationship, a spiritually connected soul contract. You could literally be water signs. It doesn't have to be. All right, so in the center of our spread representing you, we've got the Seven of Wands. All right, so the Seven of Wands is about standing in your power. You see how he's up on the hill there? We've got all these wands trying to take him out, trying to take him down. And I feel like this is you. This is a bit of defensiveness energy. I feel like you're kind of like, no, I don't know about this. I don't know about this, particularly when this person kind of reaches out to you. If they haven't already reached out to you, I feel like they may have recently reached out to you, honestly. And you're just kind of like, you got your guard up, which I don't blame you. And actually probably is a really good idea to have that guard up. And it's because you have some real standards here. Okay. So crossing this, the major challenge that we have going on in this spread is the Ten of Pentacles. Now, Ten of Pentacles is representative of long-term legacy, right? We can see in the card, we've got a couple here. We've got their children in the background. We've got a grandpa. Okay, so this is about building a family for generations, right? Building up a connection that is going to stand the test of time. And I really feel like you're like, you know what? I'm not accepting anything less. I want true lasting commitment from someone who's not going to be flaky with me, who's not going to be, it's in and out nonsense. I want someone I want a relationship that's going to stand the test of time. And I deserve that. And you're standing on your hill. You're saying like, no, I'm not accepting anything less. And good for you. At the lowest polarity, I feel like you're like, you know what? This person is just back in my life because I'm their comfort zone. And they are someone that like, they just see this as easy. I'm easy to get. I'm easy to be with. They don't really have to learn someone new, right? And part of you is kind of like worried about falling into that trap too, right? Once we get to kind of know someone, it's easier to welcome them back into our lives than try to start over with someone new. And I feel like you're kind of resistant to easy as the answer. You've done a lot of spiritual work for yourself. And so that's why you understand really thoroughly that easy isn't always the best. So that's why we've got this at the lowest polarity of the situation. However, I feel like this person is showing up for you in Emperor energies. That's really, really positive. Okay. This is divine masculine energy. So they literally could be at Aries, but doesn't have to be. We had seen King and Queen of Cups, and so those water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So you guys could resonate with those signs, but again, doesn't have to be. More important than that, all right? This person's presenting themselves as someone who's got their shit together, okay? The Emperor is someone who knows what they want and they go after it, right? They know how to lead. They know they've got their life together. They know what to do. This, you want to talk about long-term committed energy? This is it. So I really feel like this person, they are being pretty legit with you when they're saying they really hope that things can work out between the two of you. At the highest polarity of the situation, we got marriage on the table, honey. With the Four of Wands, this is a card. It is a twin flame card because we've got 1111 here, but it's also a card of celebration, marriage, long-term commitment, solid foundations. So this card really, really goes along well as like a beautiful beginning to that Ten of Pentacles energy that you've been longing for, to that sort of long-term committed relationship that you've been hoping this could have that potential to be. All right. So I really feel like you are in a good position right now. This is a really positive spread. And in the upcoming future, I feel like you're just like, wow, I can't believe this is real. Okay. We've got the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is about two things. The first thing this card is about, it is about wishes fulfilled. Okay. And I feel like for a long time, you've been really wishing and hoping for this situation to kind of work out. And it just felt like this person was never on the same page. But now suddenly they're showing up in this Emperor energy and they're showing you, yes, indeed, they are on the same page. All right. In addition to that, I feel like this is coming from a place of really strong emotional independence. All right. So I feel like this energy here in the center, this is about you really having gone through some growth and being able to stand your ground, know your boundaries, know and express what it is you are truly desiring from a relationship, from a connection, and not settling for anything less, saying, you know what, if I can't have that, I am happy on my own. I don't really need nobody else. All right. And I feel like because you've embraced this already, going forward, this is really what's going to lead to that 10 of Cups, right? The 9 of Cups comes before the 10 of Cups for a reason in the tarot. We develop that emotional independence so that we can have the possibility of coming together with another person in this energy, that this emotional independence, this happy within ourselves energy, so that we can form a lasting bond, a lasting connection, and find that domestic bliss. All right, coming over here to these cards on the side, first we have the World, sort of representing the overall situation. So this is a brand new chapter, I feel like, for the two of you. The old cycle has completely ended, right? This person, when they're coming forward, they know they have to come in a completely new energy or it's not going to work. I feel like you know you need to come in a completely new energy or it's not going to work. Both of you have to be very emotionally mature, very spiritually aligned for this to kind of work out. And I feel like the overall situation is really lending itself to this. Like this is an ending to the way things used to be between you and this person and the birth of a beautiful new beginning. So this is a cycle that's been completed between the two of you and a new cycle is opening. One where the advice is to focus on slowly building over time, okay? So the Three of Pentacles is all about sort of building a solid foundation. And this is, you know, literally in the card, what they're doing is they're building a cathedral, okay? So, and cathedrals were built over hundreds and hundreds of years. So the advice here is really just take things slow. Slow and steady kind of wins the race. Collaborate together, build the foundation of friendship together, build the foundation of what you guys want to create right now in this moment, and then what you want to create in the future, that sort of long-term thinking. Really kind of work together and collaborate together to make this a relationship that you both desire. Now, Four of Cups represents your biggest hopes and your biggest fears, okay? And I feel like this is a major fear. Now, I don't know specifically if this person may have been suffering from some addiction issues. Four of Cups can indicate that. And so I really feel like one of your biggest fears is if it is addiction issues, will they come back? You know, how big a struggle is this going to be? You know what? And that is a lifelong thing. Okay. That is a very valid concern to have if it is that. You know, you never stop, even if you've been through a recovery program, even if you've really changed things in your life, you never really stop being addicted, right? It's always a pattern of having to work on that and having to maintain spiritual alignment. Okay. It's also, I feel like it could simply be that you're afraid of being taken advantage of again, right? You're afraid that this person is coming in here to kind of show you what you want to hear, but then ultimately it's going to be like, never mind, right? You see how he's kind of just sitting there while this cup of what he desires supposedly is being brought to him, and he's just like, yeah, I know I ordered hot chocolate, but that's a hot chocolate without whipped cream. And so I don't really want it, right? It's that kind of energy. And I really kind of feel like you're afraid that that's what's going to happen here. However, that's not what we see in the outcome. The outcome is actually 6 of Pentacles, right? This person is prepared to be very, very generous with you. And I feel like this is the universe's way of trying to bless you with this amazing connection. That you have been asking for this. You've been working for this. You've been doing the things you need to do to become spiritually aligned to this. And I feel like the universe is just saying, here it is, right? And ultimately, I do feel like this person's has been through a major change. They are trying to open their heart. They are trying to be more generous with you. They are trying to make sure that things are more fair and balanced between the two of you. And I feel like as long as you continue to remain in this emotionally independent energy and remain in this energy of wanting to build things slowly over time, I really feel like you're going to find that the fruition of this relationship is one that is really, really, really emotionally and financially and spiritually aligned. All right. I hope this reading was helpful for you. If it was, please do give this video a like. Please subscribe to the channel below. Thank you so much for being here.